AI shouldn't be giving people cancer.
No, Tubbo, really? AI shouldn't be giving you cancer? Well, colour me blind. Ladies and gentlemen, stop your viewers, welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. I hope you're having a good day, because I'm actually not. I'm in quite a lot of pain with my side, but we pushed through for, you know, the slot. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think today's topic is personally an interesting one, because Tubbo recently uploaded a pretty long video on AI, and this isn't a video where we're going to sit here and rip this video to absolute shreds. I don't think this video is a necessarily bad one, and actually I think Tubbo did a pretty good job at having a nuanced take on AI in this piece of content. And what I appreciate about Tubbo's video as well is you can see his thought process very clearly, only backed up further as well by the fact that you can see his thought process throughout the years on AI evolve.
And then what it does is it gets lots of different arts and pictures and then generates the phrase from all the databases it's found on.
That's so clever.
It is very clever. But basically the main reason people don't like it is because it takes from actual artists and you can't get the credit for the artist. The artist's work then being used in the AI art, if that makes sense.
In this Tubbo upload as well, he's specifically kind of talking about generative AI, not just AI in general, and actually says that, you know, of course, AI does have its benefits, and it would be stupid to say it doesn't.
So I want to start off this video by saying that a lot of this video is going to be driven by my opinion and personal experience with artificial intelligence. And I want to clarify a misconception about AI before we get into this video. This video is about generative AI. AI is very often used as just like one big negative, where a lot of the points of contention people have with AI comes from what's known as generative AI. I will be talking about the negative, but also I'm going to be talking about some of the good that AI has done, which I think is really impressive.
I mean, Tubbo here is just correct. The large majority of issues people claim to have with AI and use AI as a big bad negative is just with generative AI, not with actual just artificial intelligence in general. But people have no idea what they're talking about, so kind of just put everything together. What I also appreciate about this video as well is that it actually comes from that like TommyInnit sphere of these Minecraft YouTubers, and he's having this open, candid conversation about AI and saying what he believes, having a nuanced take on it, saying its positives, its negatives, going over some misinformation to do with it, talking about generative AI in specifics, which I appreciate. He's not doing what TommyInnit is doing, which is, you know, going with the popular take, which is AI is bad, it's all evil, then switching up when he realized he could use it for content, then switching back when his audience is telling him it's bad and cancelled him for it, and then just parroting what his audience is telling him.
I fully didn't know that AI was bad, by the way. I fully just thought it was funny. If I'd have known it was really bad for the environment, I never even would have even had a single thought about doing that. I had no clue. I didn't even know. And you let me tell you now, I haven't been in bother for a long time, and it stressed me out, guys. And I think if you could have known how much it stressed me out, you maybe would have given me a break, because I didn't even know, mate. And you know I'm literally never even bad.
It's very clear TommyInnit is somebody with no backbone. He's clearly virtue signaling over the whole AI thing and saying exactly what he knows his audience wants to hear so he can avoid getting cancelled again. It's very clear that he's absolutely shit scared of his audience rebelling against him and absolutely slating him. I think it's very apparent. I actually do appreciate somebody in that same genre of content creation, in that same corner of the internet with a heavily overlapping audience, actually openly speaking about this topic in a similar vein to Markiplier and having a pretty honest conversation about it. I don't particularly like Tubbo, and I've got lots of critiques for him, but this is something I think he's done very well.
Let's get started. First of all, I strongly believe, unless you are 85 and live your life completely analog, the vast majority of the people watching this video, every single day of their life, interact with some form of AI. Whether that is a algorithm recommending you this video, or whether it's Google Maps telling you the fastest way to a destination, or Googling the recipe for a cake. Everyone, every day interacts with AI. All of those examples I've given here are the traditional sense of AI. Generative AI is a type of AI that takes in large quantities of data and then tries to draw similarities between its large data set and the request of the end user to try to create something that is kind of an amalgamation of all of the data it has.
That's what fascinates me about the whole AI thing. Not AI itself, I honestly couldn't give a flying fuck if I'm honest. It's the fact that a large majority of people, when they're talking about AI and trying to critique it and virtue signal and moral grandstand over it have absolutely zero idea what they're talking about. They will say that AI is bad, that AI is bad under all contexts, and that AI can never be used for good. But what they're actually talking about is generative AI, not just AI in general, but they have absolutely no idea what they're saying. They're just parroting other people online. And that's what you saw in the Markiplier situation. That's what you saw as well, a lot of in the TommyInnit situation as well, is the same old repeated bullshit arguments applying to just AI, saying that AI is all bad, that it can't be used for good, and cussing out anybody who slightly disagrees with that take, even though they have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. So again, I appreciate somebody like Tubbo who has that audience that does that, actually trying to have a nuanced opinion, having a backbone to do that, to educate these people.
You see these videos on YouTube of people using character AI, which I think is very weird. I don't think there's any other way to frame that. I think it's very weird and I think it's very parasocial. But these are the kinds of personal negatives I have with AI, which for the time being, I'm gonna put to the side, and I wanna talk about some of the more big picture AI stuff, because that's what this channel's about. We're about tech, we're about data centers. It is impossible to say that there is no cool technological advancement because of AI, because that is simply not true. AI and the infrastructure that is being developed for it is pushing the boundary, and it is right now the biggest thing. And the fact of the matter is, AI is so integrated into daily life that this is not going anywhere. Unlike Web3 applications, which kind of rose and fell, AI, I think, is something that's only going to get bigger because how widely it was adopted before it blew up.
This world is something I don't think a lot of people understand. Again, a lot of people's whole idea of AI is just generative AI. It's the chat GPTs, right? The creating images, creating text, all that type of stuff. That's what people think AI is, and that's where a lot of people believe AI stops. Where ultimately that isn't the case. A lot of people think that, you know, if you tweet enough and you shout loud enough to get people to stop using AI, that AI is just going to magically disappear. If enough people boycott it, it's not going to go anywhere, when that simply isn't the case. Because AI is used in everyday life. What people are actually boycotting is generative AI, which also is something that isn't going away anytime soon. It is the next big thing, and it is unescapable. Whilst I understand the negatives that lots of people have in these parroted arguments, lots of people have no idea what they're talking about. They have no idea the extent of it, and a lot of the issues that people have with are more on the ethical side of it. So, stealing people's artwork, the environmental factors that people love to bring up when they have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. But a lot of these people just branch this under AI in general, because people have absolutely no idea what they're talking about, and a lot of these people are just moral grandstanding, are just virtue signaling, and have no idea what they're talking about, and just saying these things because it makes them look good.
In this video, I'm gonna try break it down into chapters for the three main things I want to talk about. The main thing I already touched on a little bit was generative AI. The second thing was the power consumption of AI. The third thing was the environmental complications of AI. And the fourth thing was the ethical sourcing of training data.
In the rest of the video, Tubbo speaks on, you know, the more technical side and is genuinely trying to educate his audience. Again, it's very much in the similar vein to the Markiplier video. And I'm not going to play all the AI, you know, techno babble, because I know a lot of you don't give a flying fuck. And if you do care, you're just going to go and watch that video regardless, which I highly recommend that if you are interested in the AI side of stuff and you are a beginner, you have absolutely no idea, any critiques, any positives or whatever, go and watch this video. I actually recommend it. I can't believe I'm recommending a Tubbo video. I can't believe we got here.
There needs to be more regulation on where this data is coming from. There needs to be protections for independent creatives to be able to opt out of having their work used to train AI models. There needs to be a way to stop people from making their own AI models using stolen material. And right now, there is no good solution. Independent creatives will find it harder and harder to get work, and that makes me very sad. I think that there is so much good AI can do, and this is just not it. But that doesn't mean I'm not optimistic that in the future there could be a perfect solution. We're just not near that right now.
What I find absolutely hilarious about all of this is the contrast between how Tubbo speaks about AI and how he approaches it, and how TommyInnit approaches it, because Tubbo is having this open, candid conversation about his worries with AI, talking about the more technical side, and then also talking about the positives and that he's optimistic about AI and its potential. And then you've got TommyInnit, who's just absolutely shit scared of offending his audience. He realized that it backfired, saying that, you know, AI was bad, and then switching to immediately, like, you know, use it for content because he realized he could get some views off of it. He realized how badly that, like, backfired. So now he's just shit scared of the topic, and it's very clearly playing on his mind, you know, when he's talking about it for several minutes straight on his streams because he is that shit scared. It's just funny. The contrast between these two people in the exact same niche, in the exact same corner of the internet, with such a huge overlapping audience, is just hilarious to me. One's got a backbone and one just doesn't.
I hate AI. I hate robots. I go into fast food stores, or no, I go into the co-op and I see the self-serve scan machine and I go.
Tommy, you can keep making jokes, but we all know you're absolutely shit scared of your audience cancelling you again and attacking you over the AI topic. It's very clearly a touchy subject, so you keep making your jokes because it's very clearly not working. But everybody watching, what's your thoughts on all of this? Please feel free to leave that down below in the comments. Once you're done, then you also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. But I've been your host, Samuel. I'm in pain with my side, so I'm going to go relax, and I will catch you in the next Stop Your video. Goodbye.